Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be reviewing the notes from yesterday and then jumping into today's lesson. For today's lesson, we're going to be doing pages 2 and 3 in our packet. So, starting with the review. If you remember this from yesterday, you can skip ahead, but it's a good review for everyone, I think. This is good review for everyone, so let's dive in. We are going to be graphing inequalities, and we're going to be using a number line to do that. First, we need to know what symbols we're using. So if you remember from last year, an open circle is going to be used if the number is not included in the answer or the solution. So that's going to be these symbols here, less than or greater than. Whereas a closed circle, which is colored in, is going to be used when the number is included in the solution or the answer, such as less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Again, solution just means the answer. Okay, so less than symbol looks like this, greater than, like this. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. And the way we write it is usually x with a number. X is greater than 0, x is less than or equal to, x is greater than or equal to 0. So whatever number they say, that's the number that goes in the center with our circle, and it's an open circle, closed circle if it's also equal to. Less than numbers should be to the left. Greater than numbers will be to the right. Okay, I'm going to skip a little bit ahead now. We had some examples from yesterday, and this is the page we're on now, so please turn to page 2. Okay, so we're going to be taking the information we learned yesterday and doing a few different types of problems with that. Starting with the note. It says, if 1 is less than x, write an equivalent inequality with x on the left side. So basically, sometimes they're going to write it where the number is going before the variable, and I want you to turn it around so that x is on the left-hand side, 1 is on the right-hand side, and then you're going to have to flip the symbol then. Because as this is, it currently reads 1 is less than x, which means that x is greater than 1. So in order for us to make this a true statement, we need to flip the symbol so that it still says the same thing. X is greater than 1, 1 is less than x. And remember, x is just all of our answers. So x, instead of just being one answer, now it's a whole bunch of answers. X could be 10, it could be 100, it could be 35. X could be so many different things. So when we're going to see that here now. See how it says the 10 is first? We're going to rewrite it. So it's x, and instead of 10 is greater than x, we're going to say x is less than 10. Same thing for number 7. X and negative 7 stay the same. We flip the sides and we flip the sign. Instead of negative 7 is less than x, we'll have x is greater than negative 7. Take a minute, and I'd like you to do the same thing to number 6 and number 8. Okay, now we're going to graph it. So remember the questions you have to ask yourself. What number? In this case, for number 5, it's 10. What kind of circle? Look at your symbol and use your notes. If you don't remember, go back Open circle is for these symbols. Closed circle is for these symbols. Okay. I notice that we have a less than symbol, which means we need an open circle. And x, our answers are less than 10. So let's write our numbers to help us remember. 10, 11, 12, 13, 9, 8, 7. Which numbers are x? The numbers that are less than 10. Which numbers are less than 10? 7, 8, and 9 are less than 10, so our arrow should point towards those numbers. And when we rewrite our inequality this way, the little symbol, the less than symbol, should match your little arrow. But notice that if we had left it with the other symbol, it would be the opposite. So that's why we need a flip to have x be on the left-hand side. Let's do one negative example, and then you can do 6 and 8 on your own. Think to yourself, what number? -7. Put your other numbers. Now what symbol? If you said open circle, you got it right. Now where are our answers? Where's the arrow pointing? X is greater than -7. X is bigger than -7. Which numbers are bigger? Not -10, -9, and -8. I know why you might think that, but those numbers are actually smaller. Yes, our arrow points in the other direction. So you're going to do 6 and 8 on your own. I'm going to continue to do some examples like this. The directions say, translate each inequality, then graph. Okay, when we say translate, what we mean is you're going to take the words and change it into numbers. It says a number is less than 5. Okay, a number means x. Is less than means we're going to use the less than symbol, 5. And then you're going to graph it. So you're going to put, whatever, all the graphing that we just practiced a second ago. Sometimes they're a little trickier. A number, x, is at least 3. So we know the number is 3, but at least. Think about what that means. At least. I at least want to eat 3 chocolates. At least. So 3 is my least amount. So that means at least I want to eat 3 or less or 3 or more. At least means I want to eat 3 or more. So I want my answer to be more than 3, where 3 is the smallest amount I will allow. That means x has to be more than 3 or equal to 3. Okay, and again, you're going to graph these, and then you're going to do numbers 11 and 12 also. And our final type of problem on this page is where they give us a graph and we have to write the inequality. Write an inequality to represent each graph. So I have to put x symbol number. Okay, so I know I start with x, and you want to say what number? Well, right here our circle is at 1. Then you want to say what symbol? Well, I have an open circle, so it's either less than or greater than. And then you want to say, where's the arrow going? The arrow's going towards the bigger numbers or the smaller numbers? Towards the bigger numbers. So that means that x is bigger than or greater than 1. Okay, you can do the rest on this page. And you're going to finish up to problem 16 on page 2. Then you're going to keep going, and you're going to do all of page 3, number 1 through 16. If you finish early, I'll leave some extra practice work, and you can go on to iReady Games. Show your best work.